I like that one. Look at that OCD in me. Get right, boy. I'm going the wrong way. Go this way, right there. All right, let's reboot. Look, it's too bright back there, huh? Why they can't do that? Gotta close these drapes. Oh, there we go. Starting to see it. Oh, I gotta get back. What's up? What's up? We're about to reboot. What's up? What's up? What's up? Like, wow, it's too bright. Gotta close it in a little bit. Darken it. Should I make it darker? Ooh. 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 Get some sexy in here. Get some sexy in here. Mm-hmm. I'm waiting on y'all. Let me know where y'all from. I'm from West Leah. Let me know where y'all from. Let's talk this FS1 real quick. Then let's go into the gym. Let's go work it out. I'm about to get like Aaron Donald. He the homie. His son play football against my son. And he be working out hard. I need to get that. I need to get that bug. Can y'all hear me? Hit me up in the chat. Let me know you can hear me. Holla if you hear me. Holla if you hear me. We about to get right. I don't want y'all seeing everything. Let's get right. Let me know who's here. Cincinnati in the building. Probably cold as hell out there. Oh, look at it. Yeah, y'all ain't gonna see everything. I'll take y'all on a walk later. We can do on a walk later. Right now, I want y'all to see me crispy. Ooh, that's kind of sexy. Go with my hues. My undertones coming out. So, Indianapolis in the building. What's up? Boy, I went to one of the best naked ballets I ever went to was in Indianapolis. It was a hole in the wall. Like it had a wooden door. I was with the Buffalo Bills then. And I don't really like going to naked ballets because I don't like the deer to fall in front of the gun. You know, like the hunt. I like the club. Like back in them days, I like the club. Let me speak. Not just, hey daddy, you so cute. You mean I'm so rich. So it was sick. Naptown, my boy from Anderson out there. He always act like it was harder than Compton. I was like, is that something you want to prove? Like, who cares? He's always giving, man, you should come to my hood. We're going to talk about this. Give y'all a few minutes to come back in this chat. I'm sorry I had that ghetto Wi-Fi. I'm in the woods. I'm in the hood woods. No Wi-Fi woods. All good. Yeah. I hear you, Edwin, saying I'm a hater. I'm not a hater. I just tell people exactly what I'm feeling. And that usually sounds like hate. As I tell y'all, I'm not a hater. I just tell the truth too early. I ain't got to wait to know you and get to know you and go to your house and have dinner and meet your parents. Nah, you ain't shit, but I love you. Actually, I did a video about it. It's going to be crazy. Cat Williams broke it down. He broke it down exactly how I feel. He related it to Kendrick Lamar. He said him and Kendrick Lamar, he hope are kindred spirits. And I feel the same way, like some kind of Compton energy, because I really don't hate people. I ain't had a fight since the 11th grade. You know how many times I've been out? How many times I've been around stuff? All these stories I tell y'all, I ain't had one fight. If I'm a hater, I'm fighting somebody. Somebody getting this smoke, right? I ain't never had a fight. Because I ain't hating you. I hate the shit you do. And that could be a long list. It could be a short list. Who cares? I got a list. People hate some shit I do. And you hate me? Nah, come on. That's stupid. So anybody walking around here hating people, I hate tough guys. I clown everybody. The tougher you act, the harder I'm gonna fucking push to show you how tough you ain't. And you ain't gonna do nothing about it. Nope. I don't care about your cousins. I don't care about your uncle. I don't care about your homeboy. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing. Nothing. And it ain't tough. It's just like, shut up, fool. Cats be having beef, and then you ask him. I saw Pusha T was talking about his beef with Drake. Literally, he said, they was like, so what started the beef? He said, I really don't know. Most beefs start from nothing. So why in the hell am I about to beef on something? So I ain't stupid. Y'all ain't gonna make me a hater. Nope, nobody gonna make me a hater. Let me know when y'all want to talk about this FS1, because now I got that beautiful backdrop. Shalom. But let me get this off my chest. Yeah, We got to get out of this whole zone of we're on extremes and you a hater and you not. We got to just talk the truth. And you got to stop being sensitive when you hear the truth. Simple as that. You hear somebody say you ain't shit, they not talking about you. They talking about what you just did. We got to start talking about the acts, not the actors, okay? So that's where I'm from. New Clips album is insane. POV, man, Pyrex. Sick, sick. All right, let's get into FS1 because y'all ain't come here to hear my rap reviews. I'm gonna start from the beginning. This whole FS1 firing yesterday, Breakfast Ball show gone, Craig Carton, Mark Schlereth, etc. Facility, Emmanuel Acho, Chase Daniel, LaShawn McCoy, Shady, James Jones, Speak, Joy Taylor, Keyshawn Johnson, Paul Pierce, Michael Irvin, wiped out. Even though a couple of them guys still got an opportunity. I think Keyshawn gonna have some love going forward. Of all of those names so far, I think Keyshawn. But the point is, they all got fired for one reason. Because Fox FS1 decided to fire anything that Charlie Dixon touched and anyone associated with Charlie Dixon. I mean, you can see the through line, right? And I knew this because people were telling me this, and I've been trying to tell you guys. See, the thing is, I protect the guilty. So Joy Taylor, Emmanuel Acho especially, I heard the most about them. And I couldn't say anything because I don't want to mess with their money, right? Whether we on speaking terms or not. And we don't, when I see them, I always love. I ain't seen Acho in a minute, but I see Joy still here and there. And it's love. But I'm still going to tell the truth because I love all y'all, but I love the truth more. So it's like, when I know something that is not flattering and I know that people are telling me real dope and I'm like, damn, I ain't gonna cut that up. I'm just gonna leave it there until it comes out. And then when it comes out, I'll respond. I don't need to be first to the party. I just wanna be right about that. So I never wanted to out Joy Taylor. I broke down some of her videos. Watch the videos now. After today, watch some videos I did on Joy or Emmanuel Acho. Then you be seeing the breadcrumbs. I'm like, I'm gonna give you some dope. So the real of it is, Fox FS1, because of all the names in that lawsuit and the two lawsuits that they had, which they have settled. Those two lawsuits been settled. Told y'all that kind of in so many words, if not explicitly. So they get a lawsuit, and y'all know the people who were defendants. It was Skip Bayless, who wasn't in the building anymore, so not really their problem. Charlie Dixon, who was the head dog, not Eric Shank's head, like running FS1, but running, everybody you saw on TV was because of Charlie Dixon. You had to have some kind of relationship. He had to have some kind of affinity for you, right? So that's how that went. And I knew Charlie Dixon way back 2007. Him and Jamie Horowitz helped me get into the game, Sports Nation, and then bringing Sports Nation West to LA in 2010, and then going to FS1 in 2018. All that's Charlie Dixon with me. Okay, so that's the homie. But like we were saying earlier about haters, I don't hate anybody, but there's some things I don't like that you did. Some things that I hate that you did, not you, it, right? So we're gonna talk about some of those things. So you get to, a lot of this stuff that happened in that lawsuit was before I even got to FS1. I'm still at ESPN 2016, 2015, 2017, when Joy Taylor lands and all of a sudden gets to big gigs on Undisputed, gets to big gigs with Colin, and then ends up taking my big gig, right? And I ain't tripped one thing. One, I known Joy since she was little. And two, I was like, that's football. She the starting running back, I'll come in. They offered me some stuff, and I was like, these offers look bullshit, but that's these are the breaks. Maybe y'all fell out of favor with me. And I was doing my thing, but no one's perfect. You don't know how perfect you are. The ratings were really good though. The ratings were better than they are now. That's why these cats getting fired. So Whitlock and I had a show that was doing great. Still, they let Whitlock go. And I was like, damn. But they offered Whitlock something that he had to refuse, basically. They said, you're not getting a promotion. You're not getting more. Even though you guys are doing great, no. And that was odd to me. But Whitlock a different dude. So I was like, well, Whitlock probably just don't want it. And I was sitting there like, I remember he left me stranded on death row. I was like, you're not coming to work today? He said, no, I'm done. And he didn't even say it in the moment. I was just like, where will I? I had to hit him up to him tell me, oh, I'm good. I was like, wow. All right. But I wasn't tripping. And then I did the show. People told me I should look at Acho. And I'd known Acho personally. And he was dating some actress that was a homie of my homie. So I just knew him kind of in a mentor role. Like he gave me his number, like, you know, he's trying to break into the business and I'm already doing this for 10, 15 years. So I was like, yeah. So we chopped it up a couple times. Then all of a sudden they were like, him. They want you to do a show with him. And I take my career seriously, but I can work with anybody. So I didn't look deep into like Acho. I was just like, all right, well, cool. And then when I started working with him, I was like, oh, okay, this dude want to be a star. That's good, because if he want to raise the tide, we all gonna ride and we all gonna get higher, right? And remember, this is about Charlie Dixon. I'm gonna get back to the story. So Charlie Dixon put this together. So it's me and Acho. And then it started to get weird. Really weird. Gotta remember who my teammates have been over the years, right? Michelle Beto, Carissa Thompson, Carrie Champion, Max Kellerman, even Colin Coward, a little bit, doing Sports Nation with him. I go with my radio guys, but the point is, we've always had this real candid conversation of like, what you got going on, what you want to do, what you don't want to do. And this was the first time I didn't have that relationship with somebody, with Acho. He would act like he was candid, but he forgot I've known Charlie longer than him. So Acho would go to Charlie all the time and tell him all the things that he wanted. And some of those things he didn't want with me. Let's just say it nicely, right? And I knew it from hello, like day one. And I'm looking like, and then you working with somebody and they like, oh yeah, man, I love mustard. And then they going upstairs or they going somewhere else like, I hate mustard and I hate anybody that likes mustard. You're like, what? So he was like, he was backstabbing me. And it's okay, because that's the game. But the craziest thing is I kept hearing it from him, Charlie, others that are faces and names and personalities that work there. So I don't want to out them because, look, they told me in privacy and candid. So I'm working with a dude that I know that don't want to work with me. And then it happens. They start giving me these bad offers. I was like, ugh, ugh, ugh. Unbeknownst to me, that this lawsuit was going to come. And then that opened up everything in my mind, because it now started to make sense. So here we go. Here's the real. The whole allegations against Joy Taylor and Charlie Dixon, real or fake, because I'm not going to do the courtroom. I'm just telling you there's real receipts out there that says, hey, that was real. And the most real receipt is Charlie, when the first lawsuit hit, they put him on administrative leave. Second lawsuit hits, they let him go. Then people were telling me, Joy ain't long for this. They're going to get rid of Joy. And I was like, damn. I was like, okay, so that must mean she's guilty. It was like, it's not even that deep. Guilty or not, we can't have her just hanging out here, having all of that cloud of allegation just in this building, because other people were named in that lawsuit, not even as defendants. Y'all go through it from Eric Shanks on down. So they're like, Joy got to go. But ain't this fucked up? So Joy got to go. And everything that Charlie touched or didn't touch, I'm talking about in terms of shows, not just people. Y'all stupid. Everything had to go. So think about it. They ain't touching Colin. Colin's too great at what he does. He's his own industry. Colin's so gangster. Colin started a network on a network. They got so mad at Colin, they told me he couldn't promote his own volume on there. And he was like, all right. So guess what he started doing? He just started grabbing highlights and clips that the volume had done because it became news, and that's the only way he could promote it. He never could go out his mouth and say, the volume. He just started saying, look at this clip. And it'd be Draymond on his show or podcast or whatever it may be. So that was some of the internal, they were pissed at Colin, but you can't do nothing to Colin. Colin a G. So they had to give in to Colin, even though they were like, you started a network. You started a competitor right here on our network. Anyway, And first things first, because that's their best show. I think the best show on TV, but whatever. Sports media is the best one. So they kept that. All right. So they're untouchable. And that was the show they were trying to offer me, but it wasn't a real offer. We'll do a video on that because it's not about me today. But Charlie Dixon. Oh, allegations with you and Joy Taylor. Now, they do their third party investigations, they FBI internal, they do all that. So they already got receipts and notes on all this stuff. Everything that, Whitlock is told, because Whitlock was in the building, all these like rumors, they be keeping receipts, invoices on this, like, So when the allegations hit, they're like, damn, how can we survive this with Charlie? We can't. You want to know why they can't? Not only did the hairstylist and all the reporter have their own receipts, you got to remember somebody else was a part of this. Joy was married. You ever want to talk to her ex-husband? I know people that have. You don't want to hear that, y'all. We don't want that deposition. She was engaged. Y'all want to talk to Errol Watson, anybody? So I'm not going to guilt or innocent. I'm just saying there's some real receipts out there that can make this story go kaboom. So they're like, damn, we can't sit on Charlie. That grenade gonna blow up on us. So boom. I see you in the chat. Ralam, you said you may not be happy, but you feel vindicated. Yeah, I feel something. Like I said, to start this video off, I'm not happy when anybody loses their way, loses their job, because I know how that can feel. You wake up that next day and you're like, damn, where the money going? Because now it ain't deposits, it's withdrawals, right? But we saw this coming and we all felt collectively, vindicated is not the word. We just saw it coming and was like poetic justice. Like we were like, yeah, the world does listen. The world does care about doing the right thing. So anyway, let's get back to Charlie. They can't keep Charlie. And that's messed, because Charlie had worked his ass off to get to that position. But all that, they had their own investigations. They figured it out. They were like, Charlie, we can't keep you. But then if you can't keep Charlie, why are you keeping Joy? I'm just giving you the dominoes and the collateral damage. We can't keep Joy. But we're going to string it along because we can't threaten Joy. We can't just cut Joy off. You gotta let her bleed out. You can't choke her out. You can't just say, bye. You got to let it go. So that was level one. And that's back in like April, I think. And I'm like, damn, I'm sitting on this information. I'm like, ooh, they about to get Joy. But Joy going around doing the podcast, talking about it. So I'm like, go ahead, Joy, tell them. She's like, we still talk. You saw on the Breakfast Club, we still talking through it. I'm like, go get it. And then this is the part that sucks. Because Charlie and Joy, allegedly, we got to get rid of both of them. Who else allegedly? Acho and Joy. So the crazy thing is, when I was working there, and Acho wasn't feeling me, but he was acting like he was, but then he's going to the boss, like every day to his house and all the time. We all used to go to his house here and there. I would go like every 6 months. Acho was going every day for like 6 weeks. Like, it's crazy. I was like, all right, go ahead, enjoy. Teacher's pet stuff. I was like, go ahead. If you take my job, it ain't my job, dog. That was my mindset. Like, I'm not about to go kiss ass or just talk to somebody unnecessarily just so I can keep the gig. I wasn't gonna do that. Now, that ain't pride. It's just like, dog, I'm not gonna be under your thumb. I'm 50 years old, dog. Like, if he don't like what I do, just tell me. So he did all that, but the streets, like I'm from LA, so it's satellites out here. People know me since 3rd grade. Everybody tell me, bartenders, waitresses, people out there like, yo, I seen your boy. I was like, okay. Yeah, I saw your boy with old girl. Talking about Acho and Joy. I was like, all right. He's like, they don't look like they just homies. I was like, all right. So they were basically trying to warn me like, look, watch your ass. Then people in the building start saying, watch your ass, Wiley. I was like, why? Pause. And I was like, why? And they were like, they come to get you. Now, there's some people on the air right now that told me that didn't get fired. So I'm just going to let them live. But they were like, here's the play. They got rid of Whitlock for Acho. They're going to get rid of you for Joy. And that was the first time I was like, And then people tell me they kicking it, hanging, going out to dinners and stuff. I was like, but that's what Acho do. He politicking. I was like, damn, all right, well. And then when they start giving me them bad offers and Charlie was my boy, I was like, dog. I was talking to Charlie. I was like, Charlie, why you ain't being straight up? What's cracking? I had to bring in some other people that Charlie respected and knew too. We had to have some real conversations. Charlie just talking in circles and my spidey sense going off. I'm like, oh, y'all ain't really feeling me no more. That's all right. One thing I knew about people was my grandma and my mama be like, dog, don't ever go somewhere you ain't wanted. That includes work. I was like, nope, y'all ain't gonna treat me like this. So I'm laughing like, all right. I'm like, all right, y'all ain't feeling me. And I could tell by these offers because the love language in sports and in media is how much you paying me. Don't talk about how good these ratings. Oh, you're amazing. Oh, this take. Let's look at, nah, how much you offer me? That's it? You don't like me. It's okay. And they went from, I was making like 2 million, almost 2 million. And they offered me something, 400,000. I was like, and that's a lot of money. I ain't trying to clown, yeah, because I know most of the Americans don't make that. Trust me. I'm just talking about my value at that time had dropped that much. And I was like, oh, hell no. What did little Bubba say? Bubba Dub? Oh, hell no. Hell no. I was like, nah. So that's how that ended. But so then they got together, Acho and Joy. And then I'm like, everybody telling me that this is how it was gonna go. And backstabbed and all that stuff. Cause it's so crazy to be on the phone with somebody or in their face and you know what they just did or what they about to do, but they acting like you ain't getting it. You acting like you getting over on me. So you talking to me all side. I'm like, dog, I know people that know you that you talking to. Why you acting like this? So Acho, he's harmless. He's harmless. But he's a little more tender. Like he shuts off his mentions. How you gonna get fired and then all these hot takes? You talking about Kevin Durant like he ain't top 20 ever. You clowning, you do all that stuff. And I used to tell him, I was like, dog, I said, you really not built for this. You just want to be famous. You just want to be a star. You just want to like get all the rewards from it, but you don't want what comes with it. I used to tell him that all the time. It's like, dog, stop this hot take shit. You ain't gonna say that to him, and you ain't gonna take him. When y'all used to kill him about the uncomfortable conversations, oh, he used to be mad. He used to be hurt. I was like, dog, leave your mentions alone. Dudes be out here talking shit about everybody. And as soon as you say one word back, be peeking at their timeline. Like, we different. So I was like, all right. So then they took over the job. The ratings got better-ish, but then it got worse. But more importantly, they couldn't work together no more. Which to Fox looks like we have allegations of Charlie messing with Joy. We've have allegations of Joy messing with Acho. And we now have some weird conspiracy in which they're working together. Houseway, right? Think about it. If you're like Eric Shanks or somebody who's kind of removed from it, even though he knows a lot, but he don't know everything, and you sitting there, you're like, wait a minute. Hold on, let me listen. Wait a second. Charlie, you took over for Jamie Horowitz. Charlie, Joy Taylor went from undisputed to Colin Coward to now taking over Speak for Yourself to make it speak, taking out Whitlock and Wiley, which were doing great. And then you got Acho in there with her. But then months later, they got to get away from each other and do their own shows. Now, they made it look like, oh, well, we're going to do our own shows because, we both talents and stars. Nah, it's because whatever those allegations were, it was getting sticky. It's getting sticky. Whether you want to say if they were boyfriend, girlfriend, or messing around, whatever they were doing, it wasn't as cool as it used to be. It sounds good when y'all planning and plotting and backstabbing, but it don't sound so good when you got to work with them every day and then all of a sudden you want to date somebody else and hang somewhere else or just be yourself. Because you were doing all that motivation just to climb the ladder. Then you get up there and you realize, I really don't need this fool. I'm giggling. I'm like, woo. Y'all silly. I was like, what is y'all in the 8th grade? What's wrong with y'all? Anyway, so this is what's so fucked up. Charlie got to go because it's just too much noise around you. You too high up. You had the power. 2 lawsuits against you. Beyond how many others may have happened with demand letters. People were just saying, hey, it could be class action. More importantly, we just can't have our head do without alibis. Like some of these things, why are you in a hotel room with talent and y'all about to go to the Super Bowl? But y'all in LA just talking about the show. See what I'm saying? Like, you can't explain that away. I'm in a hotel with somebody that worked for me, just checking out the flat screen. Shit, something else flat. Booty. So that was wild. So I knew Charlie was gone. Charlie gone. Joy gone. Acho got to go. So that's two different shows now because they split. See, this could have been a little cleaner, but they had to get rid of Joy because of the Charlie convo, and they got to get rid of Acho because of the Joy convo. So that's two different shows. So now Shady, if Shady ain't being shady, but if Shady is being shady, he looking at Acho like, man, I mean, the show wasn't doing well. I mean, you got 4 football players trying to have a football show in the offseason, which could work, but this NBA, it's just other stuff. So it was kind of weird. Like you could see it's now looking back, you can see how forced it was, right? We got to give Acho something. They took over the socials from Undisputed. Undisputed had 2 million followers, 2 million followers, whatever. And then they just immediately inherit that and still couldn't really have success. So it was real. So I'm looking at the Acho and I'm like, damn, you done got Shady, James Jones, and Chase Daniel they losing their jobs because of you. But not now, you then, whatever you enjoy, whatever you and Charlie were up to. So that affects now Keyshawn, Paul Pierce, Michael Irvin. They lose because whatever Joy Taylor was up to with Charlie and Convo or more, we can't have none of y'all around. So then you think like, all right, so everybody like, what's up with Carton? First of all, they never loved that show. Matter of fact, I know for a fact there's an executive that is in that building was like, that show is, we say, man, that show is shit. That's what he said. They didn't want that show. But there have been times you remember when, I forget her name, golly, Kristen Leahy, remember her? Remember, I liked her too until she went there on LeVar Ball. And I was like, oh, no, you playing Damsel in Distress. I ain't like that. But once again, I don't hate her. I just hated that. Like, you really try to out that man like that. Anyway, remember that show she got? She got a show somewhere from some house, like an interview show, if y'all remember. That show was a setup. Facts. Boy, they better not let me. Boy, don't let me get on the witness stand. And if I put my hand on the Bible, you know I'm telling the truth anyway. But I don't want to tell on everybody. But if you put, if they set that woman up, who was they? Them. Who was them? They. That show didn't last 6 months. That's how they do it. The industry will give you a bad offer, one you have to refuse. That's how they got Whitlock out of there a little bit. And for me, a bad offer is not even just the money. Everyone knows me and they know I don't like to travel. Now, I know that sounds weird right now because I'm in the hood woods. Let me see what's cracking out here. It's beautiful though. I don't like traveling. Let me stop saying that. I'd rather stay at home. Let me just say that. I like traveling. I do love traveling. I just like stay home shit. But I'm not in Idaho. Good guess though. I'm in Inglewood. I'm in the woods of Ingle. You offer me anything that says travel, you might as well almost keep that offer. I am not gonna be one of them dudes that stay in hotels, airports, be there for one game for 3 hours and be in that city for 3 days and missing my son's Pop Warner games. I'm just not built for it. I don't want it. You know what I mean? Simple as that. And people can say whatever. That's different strokes, different folks. All right, let's get back to this. So Keyshawn losing his gig, even though he got money on the books, and he might still keep his gig going forward. They may reshuffle. We've all heard the names, Kay Adams, Max Kellerman, Tony Reale. Y'all got to go do your homework on that. once again, I got to protect those who got money on the line. You notice I ain't say nothing about Acho while he was still working, because I was like, get your money, boo-boo. Even though I was doing this, you got to shoot me. You can't stab me in the back and think it's going to hurt. You got to shoot me. So I'm like, I ain't never mess with your bread, bro. I wouldn't do that. And I'm not going to do that. But I'm also going to speak the truth. You know what I mean? So, Joy and all that collateral damage, everybody had to lose their job. And Craig Carton just lost it because they didn't really want to do that in the first place. That kind of came out of like, Charlie was on the roll. He was just doing stuff. A little cover. It was weird. Like all these shows was getting weird. Yeah. Okay, let's dive a little deeper. We got one more layer before we do a hydration situation for real. I'm gonna do one of those, in the studio and got my rap going. This rap gonna be goofy. What's crazy is how much politic and how much, like, people call it gossip, but it's not gossip. And you tell on yourself when you keep using the word gossip. If you've written these words lately, hater or gossip, you've been judged, at least by me, and you're dumb, or you're young, or you're just not enlightened. Everything we do in this industry is gossip. Everything. Everything. The only thing that is not is when you're literally watching a live game or a replay, and the person is literally saying, he is running stride for stride, first down. And none of us tune in for that. We're watching the game. We got multi-screen. We got 4x4 boxes, we got 6 games on at once. We're there to watch that. We take that in ourselves, the X's and O's. This industry is built off of the I's and U's, right? I and you. So no matter what show it is, First Take, Undisputed back then, Colin Cowherd, he is gossiping. He is talking about nouns, person, place, or thing. Something that happened, a thing, a person. That's why it's always about LeBron. That's why it's always about Dak. And what do you think they talking about? How many points he had? What's his PER? No, they talking about him. So that's gossip. And it's not gossip, but people keep saying that. I'm like, everybody in this industry is doing the same shit different ways. The same stuff though. You get a story, you get a game, you get a story, you make up a storyline, you try to imagine and fascinate the crowd by saying this team is gonna do this or this team is gonna do that. And then you go there. That's all when I worked at Sports Nation, ESPN, Fox, FS1, ABC. That's all it is. Same here. This is nothing new. What I love about what I'm doing is because I'm still going to talk about sports and games and media, but I'm going to talk about the people who talk about it too. I think they need to be under fire because if you notice, like Acho, he had to turn off his mentions and shit. If you can't take this heat, why are you giving them hot takes? See, I'm on both sides. I'm an athlete and I'm a personality. So I'm not going to pick a side. I'm going to represent both. Dudes be acting like busters. Like you literally gave 20 minutes to kill Dak or Kevin Durant or LeBron, and then you can't let the crowd tell you, boo. You can't get booed, huh? Only cheered. That's silly. So that's why I do hydration situations. Simple as that. I do it because I want everybody to know we all gotta be accountable. Shoot. Because they be talking reckless and selfishly. Look, I am not holier than thou. I do it because I have 3 little kids. And let me tell you, I got 3 little studs. I got a dude. My son is the biggest fast kid everywhere he goes. He's not the biggest, but of all the big kids, if you be like, give me a group of big kids, him, them, all of them. Every time I've seen this kid, my son, around anybody his size, he leaving their ass. No one's as big and fast as my son. So what am I thinking? Well, whatever level this ends, whether it's high school, college, or pro, wherever this goes, I don't want people talking shit about my son just because it gets them money. No busters. Oh, you gonna make a name off of my son? Like, I feel like LeBron. Like, Stephen A, what the fuck? You ain't gonna be talking about my son. Oh, I wasn't talking about your son. I was talking about you. Look, cut the shit. I had to take that boy to every practice. I'm sitting there for 2, 3 hours trying to look at this boy footwork. I'm the one out here in the backyard sweating with this boy. And then you just gonna get up there and just start popping off because it's gonna get you some ratings and get you some love and some money. Okay. You try that way. I got another way. So I love hydration situation because I want these fools to beat. Every time I see they got a problem, oh yeah, well, I'm jumping right in the middle of it, refereeing it. Ding, 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 ding. I hear you, athlete. I'm an athlete. I hear you, broadcaster. I'm a broadcaster. Now I'm gonna use your words against you or for you. That's it. But this industry is suspect, man. Not everybody, just a lot of suspect stuff that's getting rewarded because incentives shape behavior. So I look at this situation simple. I'm gonna sum this up, and then I'm gonna look at a couple questions because I've just been talking. Um, let me say this. So my son, Beast, my daughters, one can bounce. She look like Bambi. She runs on her toes. She has the most perfect form ever, and she's 5. So maybe she'll be track. I don't know. I don't really care. I want her to be something, but I'm just talking athletically because we're talking sports. I want her to obviously be a scholar baller, be smart, great character, help in the community, and ball out. Yeah. But I don't want her to walk into no industries where they just talking shit about her because. Because what? Because. No, I ain't no because. I'm fighting against that. That's my crusade, right? And then I got my other daughter, my best athlete, my 99 percentile. She's gigantic. She is so strong. She is a little gymnast, be doing one hand cartwheels and flips. Gigantic. Gigantic and fast as hell. So I got my boy who nobody gonna be faster than him. That's his size. It's some little quick dudes out there. I see some little fire plugs, some little spark plugs. I see them, but not nobody his size. No. You can't keep up with this. Then I got a big girl, gigantic, and then I got a little Bambi. I'm trying to protect the space that they're gonna be in. And then the way you protect them most is by telling them this: everybody ain't gonna like you, baby. But while they out there just talking crazy, oh, I'm gonna talk crazy back to them. I'll help you before you get there. So in summation, this lawsuit it was unnecessary. The lawsuits, the firings, unnecessary. To be real. But it is necessary because it was a lot of backstabbing, a lot of conniving behavior, a lot of advancements based off of things outside of your work merits. People were politicking and they started slapping hands. And it worked. Like anything, it worked from whatever, 2014, 2015, all the way to what we in 2025. Cats thought they got away with it. Cats thought they were in the clear. You know what I mean? Acho and them cats. And I got my friends used to always say, dog, you should be mad at these fools. You should be pissed at these fools. They fucked you, Wiley. They fucked you, homie. And I used to hear it. And then they would literally turn on me because I wasn't mad. Not because I knew this day would come. It's just because even if I am mad, I'm not winning that way. I don't want to get them. I want to get mine. You know what I mean? I don't want to pull them down. I want to come up. I don't want him to feel pain and problems. I just want to feel my own pleasures and my own things I work for, right? So that's why I never turned. That's why I could have lit everybody up in that building. Of course, I was in the building. And I don't know if y'all really know me, but I know everybody. Because I don't be having them hang-ups. I don't be acting too nerdy. I don't be acting too hard. I don't be acting too soft. I don't be acting too cool. I'm just me. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, oh well, that's you. I'm still going. When I see you, I'm going to say hi, and we're going to chop it up, even if you pissed. Ask Ryan Clark. He's still walking around here huffing and puffing. He blocking people too. Another one. How you have all these hot takes and then you be blocking people everywhere? Silly, right? Cats be doing that. So when I see you again, Ryan, I'm going to say, what's up? And I know you're going to be huffing and puffing and acting like you're in high altitude. Like, dog, stop. What are you mad at? I thought you were winning. This is why I know cats are frauds. They ain't really winning. They just getting money. And I'm like, I've been getting money since 1997. Trying to flex on me about some money. Fool, do you know how much money I done, you know the deals I done signed? That made me laugh. Stephen A trying to come at me with that. I see these questions. Stephen A try to tell me, oh, I think I won. I think I made it. In 2025, I'm old money compared to you then. You don't come around me talking about, don't flex on me. What you up to, Wiley? You ain't got nothing going. Fool, I'm living off my retirement. I'm putting out videos on your head. I just want, as the kids say, I want the smoke. I do. I want the smoke because I want us all to breathe like it's normal. It ain't smoke. It's the truth. You can't be flexing on people. You can't be talking about LeBron. You can't be talking about KD, Kyrie. You can't be calling these people out and can't get called out. Who in the fuck do you think you are? Where are you from? Really must be Queens. Like literally Queens. He is raised by a lot of women, but Queens, like that's some Queens shit. And I ain't talking about Queens the city. I'm just talking about like, man, where you from that you can't take this? We touching you up. This football. Oh, it's contact sport. So everybody out there, all you athletes, all you fans, viewers, touch these people up. They got it. They trying to rig it so they sacred cows. Oh, and if you talk about them, you jealous, you envious, you just at the crib doing nothing. You ain't got a job. Some people don't need a job. Partner. Some people already made what you making. Partner. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to play flex on flex, ooh, you late. I hate when somebody show up late to the party and act like the party just started. Fool, I've been here. You ever do that? Go to the club? I used to go to the club at 10:30. I go to the club at 10:30. Then everybody pop in like 12, 1 o'clock, and they acting like, oh, it's time to crack. I was like, yeah, I've seen every girl in here. I know emergency exit. I know every bartender name. Like, come on, man. Then they acting like, it's 2 o'clock. I'm like, I'm tired. I'm about to go home. Or I'll rock out with you. But the point is, don't act like the party start when you get there. Your ass is just late. Don't let nobody flex on y'all, dog. These people ain't winning. They just making more money. Trust me. Because if they were winning, they'd be happy. They'll take criticism. They would. They'd be self-deprecating. They would be real personalities. Instead, they just fake ass personas. Real talk. Real talk. So remember, don't use those two words. You know what those words are, right? Gossip and hater. They trapping y'all so that you can protect them. But if you notice, they get real quiet when they get under fire, right? I had allegations against me. I immediately did a video. Because if I'm going to run and do a video against Dak or LeBron, you can't do one on you. Your name in the news, partner. But not them. You know what they do? All of a sudden, they socials get quiet. They take off the comments. Oh, the scary comment from someone I don't know who's judging me. Oh, my frail ego. If y'all don't call these people out, they ain't, trust me, they ain't calling you. They not calling your house. They not calling your cell. So you better call them out. You know what I mean? And it's in love. This is how I was raised. My grandma said, fuck the dumb shit. My grandma used to curse like that. Hide the kids right now. My grandma used to say, play pussy, get fucked. My grandma used to say that to me. I was like 10 years old. I was like, you okay? Shouldn't you be making some cookies and pies? Sit your ass down, right? So the point is, I'm not about to get 50 years old and then listen to some grown man trying to tell me I'm less than him or different than him. Nah, fool. We doing the same thing differently. As they say, you're uniquely the same. So don't let nobody flex on y'all. They be trying to punk the whole crowd. Oh, you don't know anything. That's why my other show, On the Rocks, is just me and my friends. Y'all can come on the show. I don't give a fuck. Just can't come to my house, so I got to figure this out. But we're going to have a public place. I like listening to people because cats be knowing shit that I don't know. But, oh, no, you're not in the media, so what's your opinion? Man, if you don't get off your high horse, I'll chop you down. Chop them down. Because of where I play football. If you chop me down, that means I got to work on my technique. Y'all know what the chop block is? Oh, yeah, somebody coming from the knees, you got to do this. Yeah. All you got to do is, hold on. Did y'all see that muscle come out? Shit. Yes, still got it. Okay, wow. All you gotta do is this. Cha. But you gotta be alert. You gotta be aware. You gotta be agile. AAA, baby. Alert, aware, agile. But they don't want that. They don't want you chopping them. That's wrong. That's wrong. Nah, you just ain't alert. You just ain't agile. You just ain't got the ability. No sacred cows. Nope. That's why I like Nick Wright. Nick Wright is this, especially this year, he turned that corner. He's always been good to me. I love Nick Wright, but I like how he's now calling people out. You're like, dog. I mean, because why would I watch you and all you're doing is protecting your friends and your circle and everyone at the desk, and then everybody else get hell? Devin Booker doesn't deserve that money. What if Devin Booker won? What if you won, motherfucker? Oh, hey, that's not my job. Okay, well then you better show some respect in how I do my job. Real spit. We go an hour and then we done. I'm gonna get off. I'm on my horse right now. Fuck that. Black Stallion. You know what I'm saying? But look, y'all, we letting these fools get away with this. And for those who think I'm acting brand new, oh, Wiley, you only saying that now because you ain't there. Watch the tape. I literally was on NFL Live in '07. My boss came to me 2 weeks later and said, you ain't gonna be on this show long. And I thought I was fired already. He said, and that's good. He said, you don't care about no football, no pure sports. He said, you just want to go up there and talk about people. He said, you just want to go up there and talk about events, nouns, person, place, things. He was like, you're going to do personality shows. They ain't even have Sports Nation then. He said, we'll figure this out. He said, but for right now, when Peyton Manning's on the goal line, can you kind of talk about what he's doing instead of like, man, Peyton Manning's so cool. Let me tell you about. They be on there talking third and long, fourth and goal. And I'll be like, man, last time I was out, that's '07. I done had dust ups with everybody in this industry before. You know, and I don't care. Like, I don't care. I think it's, and I don't like this whole in public, you clown me. In public, we got smoke, and then we're gonna have this private conversation. No, we ain't. We're gonna have the public one. We're gonna have the same convo we had in the same place we had to fight. Let everybody hear you. Bow down. I want everybody to hear your BS. Now you call me. Cats be calling me. They know I don't pick up either. I got like 3 cats on air right now. Call me. I was like, what? I was like, man, you not to say that. I was like, you not to say what you said. I said, I use your words. You didn't like them? Man, what's up with you? What's up with you? You good? Man, this is why I don't pick up the phone. What you mean? I got kids. Are you one of them? No. Why am I talking to you then? This hurt your feelings? Grow up. You think you don't hurt LeBron's feelings? Oh, he can handle it. Well, then you handle it, fool. I could talk circles around them. They so stupid. I'm like, what school did you go to? Are you good? Did I call you for help? Well, then I'm good. Don't get me started, dog, because then I could really go deep. I know what these kids' test scores were. Grown ass men. I'm like, dog, what? And literally trying to like manipulate minds. They got little kids. I remember one of the stories of why I really was going independent and really like, I'm gonna really do it, is because I was coaching my football team. And this is when the Rams won the Super Bowl. So I'm in LA and the Rams are winning the Super Bowl. And these kids love Cooper Kupp. You couldn't tell them nothing. Jerry Rice, who? Cooper Kupp. Every kid on my team, who's your favorite player in the league? Cooper Kupp, Cooper Kupp, Cooper Kupp. Remember that year? So I'm like, all right, that's love. I go to work one day, and on the itinerary, on the agenda, or rundown, damn, it's been a while. I don't even know the damn term. Rundown is like Cooper Kupp, but they want to kill Cooper Kupp, or they want somebody to kill him, right? Acho got to say good, or Acho got to say bad, and you got to say the opposite, or something like that. And I'm sitting there. I remember sitting there. I was like, what? I just left the place where they were worshiping at the altar of Cooper Kupp, and we about to just make up some argument against them so we could get some damn engagement. And I was sitting there in that moment. And then literally we played in our championship game. And shout out to Matt Stafford and shout out to Cooper Kupp who showed up. They had a friend on the other team we were playing. We whooped their ass too. MJ went crazy. He had 5 touchdowns. We won 35 donut. And we had played that same team in the regular season and they smoked us. I was like, oh yeah, my son show up when he need to. Anyway, so I see Stafford there and I was just like, hey. I was still coaching, so I'm like in coach mode. I was like, what's up? He's like, oh, what's up? Whatever. And then the game's over and every kid is excited. I'm like, yeah, because you just won a championship. No. You know what these kids were pumped? They was like, Coach, he's here. I was like, and I'm thinking they talking about Stafford. I was like, oh, I ain't hear y'all talking about Stafford like that. But okay, yeah, I introduce you because they were scared. I was like, why? I said, you're staring at him, you're pointing at him, and you're telling me he's here, but you're not gonna go say hi. I said, go say hi to the man. No, Coach, come introduce us. I was like, all right. And then they didn't want to talk to Matthew Stafford for real. Shout out to Matt. They wanted to say hi to Cooper. And I didn't see him. And they were like, there he is. And I introduced him and it all came full circle. I was like, man, I am not going to be a contributor to the bullshit. So I will do shows and I got opinions. And look, I'm not perfect, but I'm not going to ever kill nobody. I ain't going to never do that. And if I do, I'm going to stand here and let you come back with your contact. Hit me back. These cats be scared. I swear, if y'all see another person who run from the smoke, hit them harder. Play football. Let's play football in the media. Let's play football in sports. It's contact out here now because I'm out here. Shit. And I hated contact. Trust me. My nickname is Teddy Bear growing up. They call me Teddy Bear. I didn't want to hit nobody. But when I realized and learned you got to hit them because they're going to hit you, oh, it's time to hit. I don't want to do it, but since you're going to do it, oh, I'm going to do it. I got that little psycho button. You know how you be like this? People don't understand, man. I go there. So anyway, I'm just trying to make sure that my kids and your kids and all our kids can grow up with some sort of logic and common sense reality, because it's not. It's not. That's why I do so much with the project transition. That's why I do so much. And this moment is like full circle. It's like crazy. It's like when I was growing up and working hard, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it or not, but oh well, I know you ain't gonna make it if you don't work hard. You know what I mean? As our coach used to say, you gotta give me full effort. Special teams, you gotta give me full effort. He said, you go 100%, I can't guarantee that you're gonna block the kick. But if you don't go 100%, I can guarantee you won't block it. Bruce DeHaven used to say that all the time. So I remember growing up, I was just like, I'm gonna work hard. I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't know. The path to success and failure, they're eerily similar, as they say, real close. I worked out with a lot of dudes that did the same stuff I did. I probably did a little more, maybe a little different. I was different, but we did the same shit. They didn't make it, I did. Whatever. And then some things they did, they made it and I didn't, right? That's how the game goes. But this feels the same way, like, oh, wow. Because, people were popping their chest. They doing this. Look at this. I still could do that. Look at that, 50. Look at that. They still shaking. Look at them. Wow. They was pumping their chest, backstabbing people, backstabbing me just to get their elevation. Okay. And I know how much they all make. They calling me, trying to front, floss. I know how much they all make. I said, you sold yourself for that? Very few of them people make over $2 million. And I know that's a lot of money. Very few make over $1 million. You doing all that hooping and hollering, clowning, changing your personality, ego, never at home, ain't raising no family for a few $100,000. You're going to wake up one day and be like, damn, was it worth it? Let me answer that right now. Hell no. No, dummy. No, it wasn't worth it. But to each his own. To each his own. Let me answer some of these questions out here. Cats be over here tripping. I just don't like I hate people who don't have integrity. That's what I hate. I don't hate you, I just hate it. So I check you. And I'm looking forward to it. I see y'all talking about Stephen A and all that and stuff. Look, when Stephen A come back September 2nd, he can talk about me or he can not talk about me. He can talk about me without saying my name or he can talk about me saying my name. If it's me, me is going to respond. And it ain't for clicks and stuff. It's because who you think you are. I play football. You step on this field, and anywhere I catch your content is the field. I'm going to hit you. So you better be running, or you better be ready to hit back. So all that, like, all that silly stuff. Like, cats got antics now. And and cats rock with this. Antics. Antics? Dog, I grew up around gang members, Crips, Bloods, Essays. And take my word for it, I wasn't scared of them. Now, there were moments I was scared because they were shooting and busting all that. Like, I'm scared of getting shot and killed. And the time I got jacked and all that, yeah. But them, that guy right there who's banging, what's up? What's up, cuz? What's up, homie? Nothing's up, man. Nothing. Now, you can kill me right now, and I've been in those moments where I'm like, this dude about to kill me. I've been in all that. That's why I ain't scared, dog, because I survived that. How to survive in South Central, a place where busting the cap was fundamental. And I ain't run with them either. I wasn't scared, and I wasn't influenced. I was just looking at them like, I know how this gonna end. Why? Because I had uncles in it. And that's part of why I wasn't scared, because if you really mess with me, if I survived that moment, ooh, my uncles usually, it's documented. My uncles would show up and show out. And I was like, ooh, and wasn't even me. My grandma was just gangster. So you think now I'm gonna get here and somebody with a suit and a mic gonna try and punk me? Punk you. They punking y'all. Don't talk about us. And look, this is why you know it's gimmick. You talk about somebody on air, they either block you, right? Turn off their comments, or they start making you feel like you ain't shit. You little, you smaller than them. What do you know? You talking about an athlete, what do you know? You ain't no athlete. So then they try to run it to you because their ego's so fragile, they got to put it on somebody. So they put it on you. Then they retweet you, only the ones that make them look good and make you look bad. And then if you respond with something that's smarter than them, they block you. It's like we in a matrix or something. Like, you dumbass people. Dumbass people. Don't let them do it, man. Stand up for yours. You gotta fight. You gotta fight for your right. All right, we only got 2.5 minutes. I'm cutting this off at 1 hour straight. Straight jacking. Yeah, I'm talking about all of the people in the industry. I'm talking about Stephen A. I'm talking about Skip. I'm talking about Acho, Keyshawn. I'm talking about people, I like them. Keyshawn, my dog. Everybody, what do you mean? I don't hate none of these fools, so they all can get it. But you know what? Certain cats just don't do the weird shit. They don't do the dumb shit. Some cats don't, for real. They have a take that you like, what are you saying? But they don't do all the other stuff. I don't have a problem with a bad take because I got 1,000 of them. I remember when I said the Chiefs were going to stop going to the Super Bowls. That was like 6 Super Bowls ago. So I don't care about your take. I care about your integrity. I care about your energy. I'm caring about what you're saying. Because if you really slow these cats down, you be like, yo, what did he just say? He just killed this guy. He just killed LeBron. Or he didn't give LeBron his proper amount of flowers. So there's 2 ways to kill him. One, you can hate on LeBron. That's too obvious. So none of these cats hate on him. Even Stephen A., who doesn't like him. He don't hate on him. You know what he does? He doesn't give him all his love. Stop to get a bouquet of flowers. Stop to get a dozen, only gave him 2. He deserved a whole dozen. You get it? So I'm on people's heads. And I don't care what they call me. You wanna know why I don't care? Because I'm gonna call them something too. It's football. You can't be talking about how hard they hit you. You gotta hit them back harder. So I don't think a lot of people wanna do that with me. I'm too silly, too goofy, too foolish, too smart. And I listen. I talk a lot, but I listen more. My godmom told me that. Jackie Blackett, shout out to her. She said, Marcellus, you talk a lot, but you actually listen more. I was like, oh yeah. I listen to everything. That's why our hydration situation is booming, and that's why it's working. It's because I'll be listening. I'm like, wait a minute. That's some bullshit. Keep rocking with me too. On the Rocks hydration situation. Got a lot of stuff, a lot of deals that we signing for football season. Two of them, you're gonna be like, whoa, that's fun. You know, we're in the red zone of those opportunities. So yeah, I'm open to anything. I'm open to anything, but it just gotta fit. I gotta fit it, and it gotta fit me. I'm at that point in my life. I care too much about being home, care too much about seeing my family, care too much about LA, my community, and doing the volunteer work and the philanthropy. And I'm just trying to build up. I'm trying to leave an impression somewhere, you know, which is real legacy. I want my kids to be that quiet voice in their head. I want them to always think about me. Like, damn, my daddy said, do this. Like I tell him, my son right now, he repeating a couple of them. I'm like, do what you need to do so that you can do what you want to do. He finishes that statement now. I also tell him, do a little, a lot. I say, do a little. He says, a lot. You know what that means? That means just take a bite of what you want in this world every day. Don't try and eat it all. Don't try and do it all. Just a little, a lot. A little, a lot of times. A little, a lot of days. Studying. Kids be thinking they're not smart. No, it's because they try to do a lot, a little. They got a test on Friday. They wait till Thursday to study. You doing a lot in a little amount of time. I used to do, we got a test Friday, Monday, I'm doing a little, a lot. I'm doing it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then I'm gonna be smart as shit, a sponge. I'm not smarter. I just approached it in a smarter way. So that's the kind of stuff I'm trying to lead. And I'm starting with my kids, then I'm talking to your kids. ProjectTransition.org. We're gonna create this global virtual academy. These kids gonna get rewarded, incentivized based off of their being scholars, athletes, community volunteers, and their character. Real shit. All right, I gotta get off here because I gotta go work out. Summation, that lawsuit, I saw it coming. I tried to tell y'all months ago. They're not done. We're not done. There's more coming, more things, more bombshell, as they say in the industry. More whoa. Yep, it's more coming. Probably by football season. Yep, watch it. And look, I wish no ill on Charlie, Joy, Emmanuel, all the people that got released. I really feel bad for those who are not named Charlie, Joy, and Emmanuel, because of them, everybody had to go. That's fucked up. And then for Charlie, Joy, and Emmanuel, like, you can't be masterminding shit like that. That don't go. Joy, you can see Joy already been pivoting and try to get her thing going, personality stuff. So keep it going. And Acho, shit. Golly, it's so tough because he's like a little brother. And at the same time, you know how you treat your little brother? Fuck him up. You're like, what? Acho, man. Try to tell you, man. Try to warn you. It's all good, man, because he's still a talent. I still think he's a talent. Y'all say what y'all want. Hope he lands on his feet and then on his toes and then he jumps again. And hopefully he does it different because the way he did it this time, left a little to be desired, as they say. Right? Yeah, we know. I know. I'm reading the comments. I know. You know. We know. He ain't have to do me like that. He ain't have to do it like that. But and look, I haven't even told y'all the incidents. Let me leave on this. The reason I don't tell everything all the time is because one, sometimes these cats be thinking they cute, right? They think they outsmart you. So I always keep one right here loaded. Keep them on their P's and Q's. You notice nobody really be coming at me, right? Not because I ain't did nothing, which I haven't, but it's because I know you can't take what I can say. And you know I can take what you can say. Cause ain't nothing out there to say. Marcellus suck. Oh, Marcellus ain't nothing. Your turn. Football. So love for you guys, man. Thanks for rocking with me. I gotta plug something. Shit. We got a football camp coming up. in August. Support the foundation, donate, projecttransition.org, and just keep rocking out. Trust me, I love y'all for real. And trust me, I love this game. I love this industry. I love athletes. I love broadcasters. Don't let anybody tell you why you don't like them. I'll walk up to their ass and rub their trap. This is why I always do the cats when I know they got a little beef. What's up, boy? They be mad. Don't be touching me. Shit. Oh, God. Silly. So let's just keep rocking out. And let's make sure we do it the right way. Because you can win or you can be winning. And we just saw with the firings, some of those cats won, but they weren't winning. Now they know what it feels like to really play the game. I love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. And I'll keep y'all posted. I'm about to go work out. Got to work on this gut. Peace. Now, how you end this shit? Oh, it's a big ass X. Oh, this is so fun. I don't want to go. See you later. Bye-bye.